Once upon a time, the tortoise was the most cunning of all the animals. One day, while eavesdropping, he overheard the small bird and the vulture discussing about the party in heaven, where all the birds were invited to, and there were lots of food and drinks. When the vulture left, Tortoise went to meet the bird, his friend, to invite him to the party. Small bird agreed, but how would the tortoise get to heaven? Tortoise hatched a plan to borrow a feather from all the birds. On the Eek market day, all the birds assembled at the market square to go to the party. Tortoise went round all the birds and borrowed a feather from each bird, which he stuck on his back using EBA as glue. The tortoise then addressed all the birds that, as they were going to an important gathering, they should all choose new names befitting of their status. The birds agreed and started choosing names like Majestic, Swift, Gentle, Beauty, and so on. The tortoise waited for everyone to choose a name and stood up to announce his new name as All of You. They arrived at the party in heaven. They were welcomed and served refreshments. Tortoise promptly asked who the refreshments were for and was told, All of you. He quickly pulled all to himself to the astonishment of the birds present, claiming it was for him alone. As was customary, garden egg, kola nuts, and groundnut sauce was presented and wedged with money. Tortoise also asked again and was told, I love you. The birds were not happy with this but kept quiet and watched Tortoise put the money and kola nuts in his pocket. The big mounds of pounded yam and steaming pots of egusi, uha, onugbu was brought in, followed by ugba, abacha, and ukwa. The faces of all the birds fell when the tortoise stood up to ask whose food this was for. The birds groaned, grumbled, and wailed when the servers chorused, All of you! Tortoise ate and left nothing on the plate, eating while all the birds watched with annoyance and empty, rumbling stomachs. The party came to a close and all the birds took their feather back and went home. The tortoise broke in cold sweat as he had no way of going home. Tortoise begged and pleaded with the parrot to deliver a message to his wife, Mrs. Tortoise. Bring out all the soft things in the house like mats, wrappers, and wave when done. The parrot, still angry, agreed to deliver the message and told Mrs. Tortoise to bring out all the hard things like mortar, pestle, pots, etc. Tortoise looked and saw his wife bringing things out of the house and waved as agreed. He jumped and smashed his shells. Tortoise woke up to see Mrs. Tortoise gluing his shells back with eBay. That's why tortoise shells looked glued together till today. Never be greedy. It always leads to your downfall.